Our first guest is the most successful radio personality of all time. Please welcome my friend, Howard Stern. You go.
This is the pinnacle of my career. You know, I've been at this for like almost 40 years. But to one day be on the Ellen DeGeneres show, I mean, this was what it was all about. I'm building slowly.
That's why it took you so long.
That's what it is. This is very exciting. Daytime television and me. Perfect pairing.
Yes.
It's unbelievable.
At one point in your career, it would not have been a perfect pairing, but you've mellowed in your...
I've mellowed. I've become an elder statesman of radio, of television, of media. Mm-hmm. Look at me. I'm so relaxed. You know, by the way, I am very thrilled to be here. Ellen is in my book.
Yes,
we will be talking about that. I have a whole agenda,
Good.
Of course.
Good. We want to sell. It's a great book.
Thank you. But, you know, listen, I was thinking about you backstage. And I don't know if you're following this. I've been out here in Los Angeles. I haven't been following the news, but people were giving you grief about this George Bush picture.
Right.
But listen, you know I'm always with you. I'm on your side. The problem is, and this is a brilliant booking on your part, having me on the show. People have this picture in their mind of you and George Bush. What you need to do, in my opinion, is take a picture with me, making out with me.
Oh.
Now, just hear me out. I know, it's hard.
Your wife is here.
I know. Honey, I was just thinking, if once people see me with you, no one's going to be thinking about George Bush.
I say, oh, that's true.
That's my thought.
I see. You know, in that picture, I was holding my phone. At that time, I was showing him a picture of one of your watercolors because, you know, he paints also. And I was showing him one of the pictures that you sent me of the sand dunes and the grasses.
Yeah, I like to paint watercolor.
Yes.
I had no idea that's what got you in trouble.
That's what got me in trouble. I
get everybody in trouble.
Yeah.
I don't know how that all works out. But,
I was showing him your...
Kiss me, Ellen.
You're an...
Kissing a guy. Wait, get the picture.
Okay.
Now, you put this out there.
All right.
Are you okay with this?
Look, nothing worse can happen to me now.
When is the last time you kissed a guy? Like this, I mean. Like, romantically.
Wait, how are we going to kiss?
Well, you want to erase the George Bush picture.
We're not going to make out.
Well, I don't mean tongue.
No tongue.
I mean, no tongue.
No tongue.
Because, you know, listen, I don't want to make you throw up or anything.
No.
Listen, just brace yourself.
Okay.
When is the last time?
Not that long ago.
Really?
I kissed men on the lips. Yes.
On the lips?
Yes.
Who did you kiss on the lips?
Probably Colin Farrell.
Really?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Leo DiCaprio.
Oh, those ugly guys?
Yeah.
Well, now you're going to kiss a hot guy.
All right.
Are you ready?
I am. I sure am.
This is the picture that is going to make America forget that you were sitting next to George W. Bush. You're so smart to do this.
Okay.
Here we go. Hold it. Wait a second.
Okay.
There was, I think there was tongue.
There was no tongue.
I felt you pushing a little bit.
No, there was no tongue.
I'm a married man.
I'm a married woman.
I know.
I know.
You know, that's the great thing about fame. I always say it. People say, do you like being famous? I love it. Because, you know, as a young guy growing up, believe it or not, I was very invisible. Nobody paid attention to me. But when I got famous, actually, women who are way out of my league would start dating me. So that's the great thing.
No, I think you sell yourself short. You're super smart, super charming, super talented in many ways. So don't sell yourself short.
Right.
But here's the thing. I was scared of you for years. I mean, years. We saw each other at like the upfronts, a television thing when I was starting to do, I don't even know what show I was doing.
Is that where we first met?
Yeah, well, we didn't really meet. I avoided you. I was scared to death of you.
Oh, that's right. I do remember that.
Really?
Yeah.
At like Tavern on the Green.
Well, Ellen said to me, when I interviewed Ellen on my show, and this was the point of my book, I felt that when I went to satellite radio, you know, I was on regular radio. It was such a drag because the government was after me every minute.
Right.
And this invention of satellite radio saved my life because when I went over there, we were free to do whatever we wanted.
Right.
And as a result, things started to change in my life where I said, you know, this is a great opportunity to really have conversation with people, to sit there and talk to them, to ask questions I never, you know, in my wildest dreams when I started out in radio, I never would have thought that I'd be sitting with you or with David Letterman or with Madonna. I mean, you know, Paul McCartney, my hero, you know. There is just no way that I could have imagined that my career would blossom that way.
Right.
And being on satellite radio, I got to ask people questions and really be inquisitive and really get down to it. And I really do mean this, Ellen, and I'm not saying it because I'm here. It was so important for me to do this show to promote the book because you really, out of all of the interviews in this book, yours was the most sensitive, and I learned so much about you, and it really moved me. And I think if you've never heard the interview or you haven't read it, it is really quite remarkable that with your life and what you had to overcome to become a success, and with all the garbage you had to put up with in your life, I think it's just an amazing, inspirational interview that you gave me.
Well,
Really, truly
thank you. Yeah. It was a great interview. I loved it so much.
And what did I learn?
What did you learn?
When I interviewed you, that you and I had more in common than I knew. And, I mean, we got to get back to the fact that you were afraid of me, but...
Yeah, we have to take a break because I was very afraid of you. And then, yeah, this is not satellite. I have finite time. Yeah. I wish I had more time because that's what is great about the interview because we really had a long, wonderful conversation, which is in this book. We are back in a minute with a wonderful kisser, Howard Stern, after this.
Well, that was so romantic.
We are back with my lover, Howard Stern, and he's got a...
Do you think anyone in America now is going to remember that you said... Why were you sitting next to George Bush anyway? I mean, how did you end up there?
I was invited to see a football game.
Yeah.
I was invited to sit in Jerry Jones' box, who owns the Cowboys in the stadium. I was sitting down. It was someone else's name card, but George Bush decided to sit next to me. He moved someone else's name card and sat next to me because he wanted to. We started having a conversation, and...
Yeah, I mean, what do you... Yeah. You know, I go to the Knicks games. That's another good thing about being famous. You go to a Knicks game, and or is it the Knick game? I don't know which. But you go there, and you're sitting up front, and you don't know who's going to sit next to you. And there's a very famous picture out there of me being at the game, sitting next to Donald Trump with Melania. And when you saw the picture in the paper, and this was before he was president, but you would think that we got together as couples and came to the game together.
Right.
That's not what happened.
Right.
Am I correct?
I don't know. You're telling me the story.
Oh.
You see now you just
kiss me again.
No. You just contradicted yourself. During the break, we were talking about that we're both boring. We go to bed really early.
Yes.
And then you just said you went to a Knicks game. So that's not boring. You go out.
I am very boring. People who know me are very disappointed by me. They expect the wild man of radio, and you go out with me, and I sit there like this, you know? You know what I've noticed about California?
Tell me.
It's amazing. I haven't been here in like 15, 16 years. I came out to do a special radio show for satellite, for Sirius XM. And the idea was they were building new studios, and I was going to inaugurate the studios, and there was all this hoopla, so I decided to come out here. I didn't want to leave my house. I'm very happy in my house. I paint pictures, I eat dinner, I go to bed at 8 o'clock, I take Metamucil with my yogurt. I mean, I'm getting old. This is it. Are you on Metamucil at all?
No, I'm not.
Let me tell you about this.
I don't need it. Thank you.
You don't want it?
Nope, I don't need it.
You get fiber?
Yes, I get fiber.
You have full bowel movements?
Oh, my God.
All right. I'm trying to help you.
Thank you. I don't need the help.
You don't want to talk about your bowel movements?
I'm fine.
All right, you're fine?
Thank you.
You look a little backed up. I'm fine. The thing I noticed about California now that weed is legal, everyone is high. I mean, it is unbelievable. You can't even have a conversation. Are you high?
No.
Because you don't do weed.
I don't smoke pot.
That's it. No weed, no alcohol, nothing.
No weed,
Me
no alcohol.
too.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. When I came out here for the radio show, one of my guys had never gotten high. So we brought out Seth Rogen and Snoop Dogg, who are experts in weed.
I heard about this.
These guys are ninjas in weed. I never saw anything like two grown men. They know more about weed. They're like Cheech and Chong for our generation.
Right.
So they sat there and educated my staff on pot, and he went out and got high. And I have to say, they were very good. They were mentors. I thought of it like it was like The Voice. You know what I mean? They were the two coaches. They turn around in the chair and they sit there and get people high. But you guys in California have gone absolutely nuts with the weed. I could not find one person who was not high.
I don't. How many people here?
Who's high?
Who's high here?
Right. Let's take a look.
All right.
Who's high?
There. Some people.
I don't
over
believe
here,
it.
You're high. You're high.
There's more people. You're
Yeah,
high?
You're high.
What did you smoke? Hybrid.
All right. So we're going to take a break. Another.
Okay, right.
Back with Howard.
Okay.
We're back with Howard Stern. He has a new book, Comes Again, which is a very personal, very important book, probably the best book I think that you've written. You've written 3, and
I love the book because I think it's my best work, you know, and the interviews on the radio show are great. And, you know, the publisher said to me, why don't you go out and push it for Christmas? And I said, well, that's not a bad idea. I'll go on Ellen and we'll see. And push it in the sense that I would be very proud if people read this. And
they will love this book. I want to
Yeah.
talk about it more in a minute, but first we have to do something else because it's a brilliant book, and I think people will buy it as Christmas gifts. I saw you on Jimmy Kimmel the other night, and
I was on last, yeah, that's right, the
yeah,
other night.
the other
Yes,
night, and
I hear
you
I get you.
Yep.
I see what you're saying.
See,
I'm with you.
all right. So I think you're
How
high.
many nights ago?
2 nights ago.
I'm really not.
And you proposed to Beth to marry you again.
Here's what happened. I'm very good friends with Jimmy.
Yep.
My wife is there. I'm very good friends with Jimmy Kimmel.
Right.
And I like him. In fact, he even gets me to go on vacation every once in a while.
Right.
So we were in Tennessee, and we went on vacation in Tennessee. And I said to him, it's unbelievable. I have proposed to my wife. You know, we've been married now 11 years. But like within the last 2 or 3 years, I said, you know, I really do love this woman so much. She really has my back. It's a great marriage. I'm happy, like you and Portia. Maybe even happier than you and Portia. I hear you guys fight. But do you guys fight?
No.
Yes, you do.
No, we
You
don't.
You want to hear something crazy? Believe this or not, I actually text with Ellen. Every once in a while, we text each other, and it's very sweet. And the other day, I was texting Ellen, and then it wasn't you, it was Portia.
Right.
It turns out, listen to this, and I think this is crazy. Portia and Ellen share the same text and the same email. Yes, you do.
No, we don't. We have different
Then
texts.
how was she on your text?
She was next to me, and she wanted to talk to you, so she took my phone. We don't.
I thought you guys had really gone
No,
off the
we
deep
don't have
end.
the same text or email.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But here's the point. I was talking to Jimmy.
You're high. Yes.
I was talking to Jimmy at this place in Tennessee.
Right.
It was a resort. And I said, watch this. I'm going to propose to my wife in front of everyone. There was about 10 people at the table. She will say no. And in fact, I did. I proposed. And she said, I'm not getting remarried. It's bad luck, whatever it is. So I go on Jimmy's show, and I thought it would be funny if I proposed to show him how she will turn me down.
Right.
And I got on one knee, and I said, darling, I love you. And it was going to be great. It was going to get big laughs when she turned me down. And she said yes. She wouldn't.
Right.
I don't know why. That ruined the bit.
So here's what I thought. When I saw that, I thought, that's so sweet, Beth, and you're such a wonderful person. You rescue all these kitties and find homes for them.
Yeah, she's
and
a
what
saint.
can I do for you, Beth? And here's what I want to do. I have someone here that I got ordained today to be able to marry you right now. And I know you're both fans of The Bachelor, so ladies and gentlemen, Colton.
Wait a second. Hold it.
Let's go.
First of all, hi, Colton.
Hi, Colton.
you?
First of all, let's just say something right off the bat. Colton's got to get a job. Yeah, you're good looking.
All right,
You're hot.
We're going to think about it. I'm not going to force this on you. We're going to think about it, and we come back. They will be getting married. We'll be back. And Beth's turn.
What is going on?
All right,
is what I want
so
to say.
somehow
What is happening?
it almost didn't happen. Beth wanted an attorney. She wanted to redo the prenup, and I said, no, we don't have time. And they've agreed, so now we're getting remarried. And
Let's
Colton
just
is...
wait a second. Let's talk about a few things.
She just said yes.
Yes, I'm into listen, I want to remarry my wife.
Okay.
I'll do it every day.
Okay.
Colton, I like you. You're muscular. You're handsome.
Muscular.
I think you're a good choice to marry us. First of all, Beth and I
Oh my goodness.
are Bachelor Nation.
We are.
Our favorite show. I'm not messing
We
around.
only have 4 minutes here.
Hold on. Who cares? Listen, you'll edit. You'll fix it and edit. But you, I have a bone to pick with you.
What happened?
Because you're one of those people, and you should say this in front of Colton. Every time I watch you say, oh, you know, I do watch The Bachelor, but I'm kind of forced into watching The
Right.
Bachelor. Admit you love watching The Bachelor.
I don't always love it. Bachelor in Paradise, I'm very into Bachelor in Paradise.
Right. Me too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some bachelors are better than others bachelors. I like this bachelor a
Colton
lot.
was crying a little too much on Bachelor in Paradise. You got to be a man. Suck it up.
Everybody cries.
Stop
All right, you're Jewish. Let's get a glass for somebody. What do? You see a...
Jewish?
We don't do
Yeah.
that.
I'm Jewish?
Aren't you? Oh, all right.
tried.
You're
I am
doing that.
Jewish.
All right, tell me what I do after this.
Honey, I first want to say I'm so honored.
4 minutes.
All right,
Go
I'll be
ahead.
quiet. You're ruining
Can
my...
I just say
Could
that-
you leave? You're ruining my wedding.
Howard is so romantic. He is the most romantic man. Every day he tells me how beautiful I am.
Yes, I do, and
He
I
knows
love
I'm
you.
very insecure. And every day he tells me he wants to remarry me. And I didn't know I was part of a bit that I was supposed to say no yesterday.
No,
I'm
of
learning
course
that
not.
for the first time today. So do you want to marry me?
I so want to marry you, and I vow to you, if you remarry me, I promise for the rest of my life to watch The Bachelor with you in bed every single night, and Bachelor in Paradise.
Oh, that's beautiful. Get married.
Oh, get married.
right.
What do we do?
Well, I
Come
have
on, Colton, these
I
are
have a
big
long
moments.
thing, so here-
Showbiz, pal.
Let's do this. So, Howard, do you promise to honor Beth and love and cherish her as long as you both shall live? This is where you say I do.
yes,
I do.
I do.
You're supposed to look at me,
Oh,
not him.
He's so handsome, I can't help it.
And Beth,
I do.
He's like, I do.
do you promise to honor Howard and love and cherish him as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Thank you, my love.
And so, by the power vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife.
What power is vested in you?
I'm ordained. This is my new job.
You are, okay.
Howard,
Here
you
we
may
go.
kiss your bride.
Thank you.
Ready? Ready?
Wow, what excitement on this show.
What-
Who knew I'd be getting married today?
You're married again. So let's talk about the book. We only have a few
Yes.
minutes left. It is called Howard Stern Comes Again. It is. It was #1. And when it came out, it's going to be a great Christmas present. Great lessons, great interviews.
I learned a lot in this book because this is a compilation of all the people I interviewed, and I talk about also what happened to me, the changes in my life in terms of psychotherapy. And I say in the book, you know, one of the best things I learned about being in therapy, I learned a lot, but I did learn this, that it's really nice to be heard and listened to. And what I try to provide my guests is a forum where they can be heard, where we can really have some kind of deep discussion and see where it goes. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's deadly serious. And, you know, I try to put a compilation together that really spoke to people, and hopefully that'll do it. And look, I'm hanging out at Sirius. Things are going well over there. I can't complain.
Nope, you
I
can't.
went there we're 3 people listening. And then now we're up to 33.5 million people.
Got a lot of
And,
listeners, a lot of
this
fans.
is what's happening.
People love you. I hope you keep doing it. The Howard Stern Show airs exclusively on Sirius XM. Be sure to check out Howard's book, Howard Stern Comes Again. It's available everywhere today. Great Christmas gift, and everyone here is going home with a copy. I want to thank Howard Stern for being here. See you tomorrow.